And we are back. Welcome
up?
back to the Smoke Break JBR, the Just Be Real podcast. What's going on, Brandon?
Not much. What's going on with you, my friend?
Not much, man. We're back at Explicit Vape Burbank, and we're here with our good friend and special guest, Rio. So he's had a little confusion of like, do I hit the button yet?
Is the button doing it right?
That was your indication of like, we're counting you in. Now hit the button, okay?
Come on, man. It's just one button. It's just one button.
So we're here again with our good friend Rios, a.k.a. Pineapple Pope, a.k.a. D's Nuts on Instagram, Pineapple Pope on Twitch TV. What's going on, man? Welcome back. Going pretty good, man. Going pretty good. Sorry about the technical difficulties.
It
Once
happens
again,
once in a while.
the miracles of an amateur podcast.
Yeah.
The camera decided not to charge.
Yeah.
And then we had to struggle with it and try to get it to fucking function.
Well, just as a pretense, we only have one camera.
Yeah.
So if that one camera decides not to work, we're basically done.
We're
For that-
basically done, but
at least
luckily-
the camera side.
Luckily, we have audio.
Yes.
As podcasts originally started. Just fucking audio.
Yep.
So we're here again, just doing it old school like we always do.
Per the usual.
So Rios, how you been, man? How's the Twitch stream going? Of course, man. Speaking to the choir here, man. Of course.
Just
Preach
like
that
us, man.
shit,
Just
son.
like us.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but how are the views going? You told me last time that you're getting up there, right? Fuck
Oh,
yeah, that's
shit.
good, dude.
Hell yeah,
Fuck
man.
yeah. Yeah, have your World Series speech right now, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Go for it, man.
Speech.
I want to thank the man downstairs, Satan, for giving me this opportunity. You know, didn't sell my soul to that guy.
You gotta spread the wealth.
Spread that shit,
share
son.
it, share it.
Yeah, we've been doing pretty well,
Yeah.
as well as we can be. You know,
Yeah, we try.
We try. We're trying.
Yeah,
We're
the
trying.
good thing is that at least we're saying what we want to say. We're not just like sitting
And
here.
we're here. It's more of like we're happy that we're consistent and we're here every week.
Yeah.
Recording, and it shows a lot because we see all these people who start off at the beginning. They literally just have no one listening, and it's like, all right, we get it. It sucks.
Yeah,
like we just gotta struggle.
Sometimes people are like, "Oh, we're gonna start off and we're gonna immediately hit it big and just getting like tons of viewers." Now it's a process. You gotta
Yeah,
build yourself
it's
up.
a long process.
It's just like any sort of business. Like with me and my photography, when I started off, I wasn't expecting to start doing like huge shoots and models and all that, because I know it's a process. You gotta build yourself up, and same thing.
you got to start. Oh, Brandon, yeah, we'll cut that in post. We'll cut that in post. You can't say that nowadays, man. God damn.
Come on, man.
But no, there's
It's
a turn. It's
2018, man. It's 2018.
2018, sir. Get with the times. But no, man. But no, it's a process.
Yeah.
It really is a process.
So what sort of games do you play on your streams?
At the right moment,
Currently, this time.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
shit, okay.
How'd that go?
Or are you under NDA, or are you able to talk about it?
It was that open beta, son. Come on, man.
Hey, I don't know, because I've been in a couple of betas that require an NDA.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah.
So
All right, man. So
Okay,
give us
okay.
your personal opinion.
Yeah.
I have not played it. Have you played it, Brandon?
I have not played it. Don't you have to like pre-order it to be in the open beta? Which
Okay.
is technically it's not an open beta because you have to order it. So it's like
So it's technically a paid
it's
beta?
a closed beta. It's a paid beta.
Paid closed beta.
Yeah. Okay, but explain. Tell us.
Pros and cons.
Yeah. Generic, or is it? Were you expecting what you saw? Well, you're like, oh, I was able to like, oh, I totally saw this coming. You thought it was predictable?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Are you meaning that it got quicker and the TTK got shorter? Because everything's happening faster, you can kill the enemies faster, or it took the time to kill is taking longer because the enemies or the players are spaced out more, the weapon damage isn't as high or something like that.
Hmm.
Uh-huh. Ah, okay. Uh-huh.
900 fucking shots.
If it looks like, or at least from your stating, if the TTK is increasing but the movement and mobility is still increasing as well, that means that they're starting, from what I can sort of speculate, they're transferring the skill from Twitch instant, like lock on, I'm able to headshot you one shot and then not worry about accuracy anymore, to I need to like get my crosshairs on you and maintain it on you as you move super fast.
That's what it is?
So I think that's what they're transferring over to. Yeah.
Really? Really? Just one shot done. Really?
It's like a laser
wow.
these days. Yeah.
Okay. So what, in your opinion, what do you think they need to fix before release?
There were a couple perks that were just OP, a couple specialists, certain specialists I can't think off the top of my head.
Was it weapons or entire classes?
There's certain weapons like the ABR.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's kind of like the M16 or the M8.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Is it just like OP as fuck? Just really?
You can get one burst and you have 150 of them. So
What
Okay.
the fuck? One burst? Okay, yeah, that's an issue.
How many shots per burst?
Is it like a normal? Fuck!
4
really?
bursts.
For a 4-round burst, you're already downing someone? What the fuck?
That's got to be like what, 35 damage per shot or something?
Jesus Christ,
Like,
dude. That doesn't
jeez.
even seem fair. Like, someone else.
Well, like if you look at Battlefield 1, their regen, it's slow, and it only
and I
engages,
like that about Battlefield 1.
and it only engages after you're out of combat for like a pretty longish time. It's not like, you know, you're out of there for like 4 seconds, you're starting to heal
And
up
then you
quick.
just heal up.
No,
it takes you a good like 2-3 minutes of being out of combat.
The only character, or at least class that I can see being kind of OP would have to be the medic class. But even then, if you throw down your medic bag or whatever, it still takes like 2 or 3 seconds before it really starts to heal you up quick.
Yeah.
But if you're
Ah, okay. Yeah, with Battlefield, you
a little
really...
bit. Well, I mean, like with what I've noticed, because I've been playing it more often recently, Battlefield 1, it's really broken. It's really
so?
imbalanced. Well, for some reason, I'm able to get shot from like half across the map with an MG.
Oh, yeah.
An emplaced machine gun that
Yeah.
has no optics
See,
or anything. With
there are certain things about
iron
that
sights.
fucking game that frustrate me, where it's like, what the... Like, are you
getting
fucking kidding me?
headshot, like, okay, I can understand a machine gun, you know, being able to suppress me with tons of fire, but
Yeah, but not
also
from, like,
headshotting
900
me
fucking yards
within 2
away,
shots of
like-
him firing at me from across the map, you know, his
And then I'm
machine gun.
fucking down, and it's
Like,
over.
what?
My voice just cracked. Like...
No, you have to. Well, in Battlefield 1, you definitely have to think about it a little bit more tactically.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
have to, like, okay, there's a bunch
For
of guys
sure.
coming in here. I can flank around the side and be able to take him out from behind or something like that. No, like,
Oh, yeah, no, I'm
Battlefield.
playing that for sure. Like,
No.
no, not yet. No,
The
I think
closed
that's
alpha, the closed alpha. I think it's closed alpha. It's still going on.
still going.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is right. Yeah, the alpha's still going right now. The beta comes out in like a
there's
few
a
months.
YouTuber by the name of Matimio, and he also does Twitch, and he was streaming Battlefield 5 alpha. So that's still going on. So the beta's not even out, even
Yeah.
close yet. Well, I mean, like Battlefield
Oh, yeah,
5.
no.
The one thing that I do say that they definitely have nailed pretty well is the V2 bomber or the V1.
Oh,
bomb.
yeah. Oh,
That
yeah.
rocket bomb. Holy smokes!
Oh, yeah.
they nailed it with the sound design, because you hear that pulse jet going off, and then when you hear silence, that's when you get terrified.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this hearing, it's fine. You know, when you're hearing it, it's like, okay, it's flying overhead, but when it goes
you showed
fly,
me that
you're
video. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
It's pretty impressive what they're doing with that game, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
It's impressive what they're doing with that game. I have a question for you, that you're a Twitch streamer. So, what's like the most difficult thing about being like I don't take this offensively, a low end, like starting Twitch streamer?
Entry level.
Like, yeah, entry level. That's a better word. Entry level Twitch streamer. Like, what's the most difficult part? Because there's a lot of people out there who are trying to go into Twitch streaming, and people don't realize how much you actually need to not necessarily invest, but to do, like to actually get those 850 views. So, like, what's the hard part that you would give people who are like want to start out? Yeah.
Yeah, I've noticed that a lot of streamers have been saying the biggest hurdle that they had to cross over is just to be consistent. Like, you get really disheartened when you're like, oh, there's nobody watching, like nobody's watching, but you just gotta.
Yeah,
keep
and that's the thing. Like, we've had streams that no one watches, and it's like, we don't care. Like, we're here, we're doing it. People can come back and watch it if they want to. And that's I think that's the part that people don't seem to realize. It's that you just shouldn't care if people aren't watching. Just keep posting, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And even for us, when we have people who just jump in for like a brief second, like, what's up? We're like, oh, cool, fuck yeah, dope,
It's like, hey,
nice,
what's up,
thank
man?
you.
And then
Like,
by the time it's like, oh, it gets to them, they're already gone. It's like, but hey, at least they dropped in.
yeah, at least you guys dropped in.
I was watching Asmongold. Have you heard of Asmongold? He does a lot of World of Warcraft stream. And just recently, I think he crossed 7,000 subscribers.
Oh, shit.
And that each subscriber is $5 minimum a month.
Woo.
Times 7,000.
Oh, yeah.
Minimum. And
Well, I mean, that's how, like, I showed you the
like,
Tiny Meat Gang,
Yeah.
the TMG. They have, like, 20,000 subscribers. Or, what did I say? No, yeah, they're making,
Patreons,
like...
I think, right?
Yeah, patrons. They're making, like, a shit ton.
They're doing Patreon,
Like, they're doing
right?
20,000 patrons.
There you
And
go.
they're, like, at the $5 tiers. They're starting tier. It's like, that's a lot. That's awesome. That's fucking crazy. They're making 10 grand each a month.
The good
Like,
thing
fuck
is,
yeah.
the good thing about doing it through Patreon is that because you're receiving basically direct money from donations or people who want to support you as a creator, whatever you do.
Yeah.
You're not tied down to some company to like, oh,
Yeah,
hey.
and that's like my point where it's like, yeah, it's if you just hustle enough and you just fucking, and I don't know if you saw what I posted on my Snapchat with the Joe Rogan thing. It's like, yeah, man, just be consistent. Like, just do that.
Yeah.
Just fucking do it. Who gives a shit what people think? Like, yeah, you're going to suck in the beginning.
Well,
Like, it's going to suck in the beginning. Like, it's going to be slow. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
What
But you're back.
was your biggest motivator to like come back? Through your at the time you were saying that you kind of fell off the boat, but you're like, I'm going back on it. What was the motivator?
Yeah. Exactly.
Totally. Yeah.
And that's a good thing, and that's what a lot of people you should take to heart. Do what you want to do. Don't do it for the money. Do it because you actually want to fucking do it. You know what I mean? No. But I understood what you were saying. Like that was the context that we were saying it in. It's nothing more than that. Just do what you want to do, man. What's up, man? Are you spiking right now?
No, it's a little quiet. Seems.
What the? Oh, okay, yeah. No, it's a little quiet. Yeah. You could be getting views, Yeah. And it just takes something for you to kick yourself in the ass a little bit and go, all right, I got to jump on this. You know what I mean? Like, even for me, like, I kind of kicked myself in my own ass this week to jump in. I think I told you. Yeah, that I'm trying to do stand up. I'm trying to do open mics. I got kind of on myself where it's like, oh no, like I have to stop waiting and just jump on that fucking stage and go for it. You know what I mean? And that's all it is. Like you just have to sit there and just go for it. Like like I know I'm gonna fucking suck. Like it's gonna suck going on stage. Like I know that. I'm terrified as shit to jump on that motherfucker and like. Oh yeah, I'm hoping. I'm really hoping that I can get like a laugh, but don't break the glass, man. Goddamn.
Jeez. Hey, yo, Reels, can you do me one favor? Can you speak right into the mic? Yeah.
Keep talking.
Yeah. Oh, interesting. For some reason, it's actually not even picking up. Here, switch with mine.
Oh, his mic isn't even. Yeah, it's not even picking up. Oh no way! See the miracles of an amateur podcast, guys. You know, this is why we do these things. Is it not picking up at all?
No, it is picking. All of a sudden, it is now. Oh, okay. Okay. Hello.
I like how we live in this modern age where technology is supposed to make things significantly fucking easier.
Listening.
No, don't worry about it.
Hello.
You just keep it like this, guys.
Okay. Fuck it.
Go for it. As you were saying.
Do what you want. Do what you.
Back on the streaming thing though, I was on such a roll before I stopped. You know, I think the max viewers I had was like 400.
Nice.
The max views I had was like 400, and I topped out at about 50 followers. I went all the way back down to 38 followers. So like this milestone that I just reached. Not milestone, but you know, this accomplishment.
That's a milestone, dude.
Recently,
even when we get like 5 followers on the Instagram, we're like, that's a fucking milestone.
Mine 9600, and it goes up and it goes down from people. I mean, I'm like, I'm putting out my work.
Yeah.
You know? Of course, I probably don't get much viewership because I only post 5 or 6 hashtags.
Yeah. And we're trying not to swarm, even on like our Instagram. We try not to swarm it. Because I do that, and I try not to fucking swarm it.
I only do like max 5 or 6, but I've been saying that if I post more of them, that I'll get more, viewership. But at the
it's
same
one of those
time,
things, man. It's like you just have to like steer into the fucking skid and just do the goddamn hashtags.
Wait, I see it. Swarm it responsibly.
Yeah.
So like if you take a picture of like, let's say you're at San Luis Obispo at the beach, right?
You're not gonna hashtag vape on that one.
Yeah. Unless you have something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. And it's like use the hashtags that are appropriate for the fucking picture. You know what I mean? Like. It's funny. That's funny because you got on me about that on one of the posts that I put up. Like, it was funny as hell because I'm like, oh, yeah. Like, I put it all up and I put Twitch. It's like, dog, we're posting on YouTube, man. And I'm like, yeah, but, like, we also stream. So why not? He's like, no, YouTube. Put YouTube. I'm like, okay, Brandon. Like, goddamn. Content police.
It's like clickbaiting on YouTube. No one likes those.
Obviously, no one likes it, honestly. But,
honestly, you kind of do have to just,
it sucks because you have to kind of do these things.
Like
you know
a
what I mean?
double-edged sword.
Yeah, it really is. And that's why it's really hard nowadays with all these streaming services sometimes because they really restrict you from doing a lot of things. Or even
saying what you want to say these days.
Yeah, it's really hard.
With the Twitch TV, like, I don't know how it's been. Because with the Twitch, I've heard that, we've seen that it's pretty restricting as far as, like, what you can say.
And that's, like, the main reason why we kind of stayed off it.
Yeah, they put a lot of, I guess, what's the word?
What, censorship?
Not censorship or responsibility. A lot of accountability.
There we go.
On you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Doing whatever you're doing, out stream.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Still gonna.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's another big that's another hard thing for a
Twitch streamer.
Streamers, because like my friends, they say dumb stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I'm lucky enough to where like I didn't have anybody viewing me when like they some
when you first started.
Some specific word dropped. And those automatic bans. I'm like,
I
so
remember
lucky that nobody was watching at the time because you know, like.
And it sucks because you're held accountable for your audience.
Yeah, it's like,
you know?
I know what I have to keep in mind.
Yeah, and you know better than to drop certain words. Like, we all know that.
Exactly.
I mean, like, at this point,
We're not on
what
here
I've seen
dropping
is
the
that
N-bomb,
on your
you know?
stream, you're able to enable like certain words to be omitted immediately, and you can just add those to
but
to
the
the
thing
list.
is,
but
like,
it's
it
like
really sucks because, like,
one,
we're like responsible people, and we know not to drop.
Oh, no, I'm
certain
talking about
words.
like
We're not
in
gonna
game
drop.
chat.
Yeah,
Not
in
like
the game
typing.
chat.
Yeah.
Not even typing, just
in game chat as well.
Even you could submit words that are.
Can you do that?
In some games you can.
Oh, okay.
In some games.
Really? Because that's the problem. Like, as a Twitch streamer, I see where it's like, obviously you're a grown adult. You know not to say things. You know, certain like you're not on your stream. We're not on here dropping the N-bomb.
Yeah.
Like, we're not these people. But when you're on a game stream and you're playing against other people that don't give a shit that you're streaming on Twitch.
because there's been one of the videos I recently watched was from called Bro Team Bill, and they do a lot of like head crazy shit on games and stuff like with Star Wars Galaxy comedy night. And with that specific game, because it's like a stand-up thing, but in just the game form.
Yeah.
There were a lot of players in the game that weren't even associated with the stream or anything, and just started saying N-word out of nowhere.
Yeah,
like,
and it's
multiple
like-
times. It's
That's
like
so stupid.
we're just trying
And
to.
it sucks because it's like people don't really care that you're trying, not even necessarily like trying to run a business, but you're trying to just run your own stream.
Yeah.
And you're
It's
trying
like,
to,
come
be a good content provider. You know what I mean? And it
Yeah.
sucks because people don't give a shit what you're trying
Yeah.
to do. Like, oh, you're
Right.
streaming on Twitch? Fuck you. It's like, dude, I'm trying to hustle here, man. Like,
Yeah, I'm just trying to play games, and
I'm
if you
trying to
guys,
play
if you wanna
games and just
watch my
entertain
game, me
people
play
and like
games,
do shit. Like,
yeah, it's
I
like
hate those people that just.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
there's like the people who are like, oh, just because you're streaming, I don't think that's cool because I'm doing this all the. It's like, well, hey,
Yeah.
dude, this is what I want to do. If you don't like it, that's fine. You can just go somewhere else.
there's always gonna be those
Yeah.
fucking people,
Yeah.
and it just sucks because it's like, do you have no respect
Honestly.
for the fact that like we're on here trying to do what we're doing, and you're just trying to sabotage? Look at H3. Look what happened to
yeah.
H3.
Yeah.
Did you hear about that?
I didn't.
So they had a H3 podcast recently. They were live. They did an Alex Jones bit. I don't know what who Alex Jones is. You know who Alex Jones is. He recently got taken off of
Basically
YouTube.
everywhere.
Like everywhere. He's
Everywhere.
banned. He's not on Spotify. He's not on iTunes. He's gone. Like they fucking took his ass off.
Yeah.
H3 made like a little video that was funny and all that shit. Live on Twitch, he got a fucking strike.
That's so stupid.
He
No,
got
on YouTube.
on YouTube, he
YouTube.
got a strike. Sorry,
I
on
was gonna say.
YouTube he got a strike.
Yeah.
And it's like, what the fuck, dude? Like, it's a free market. Aren't you allowed to say what you want to
Yeah,
say?
and
like,
apart
and
from
he's
that,
not
it's
doing
not like
anything.
it's not like H3 was promoting Alex Jones or
Yeah.
anything. He was defending YouTube. He was defending
defending
the
the
reason
fact
of them taking it off. It's like, yeah, he's crazy. He's a bigot. He's racist. He said shit
and
about
that's, like,
the
those are
shooting
guys
in
that should be
Newtown.
taken off.
It's
And
like,
when
yes.
you're on there, preaching and going, fuck this guy. Like, he shouldn't be on here, and then you get a strike.
That's so crazy. Because the
And
strike on
during,
YouTube,
like when
that's
there was
big.
one of the videos that they posted up of the highlights, I think they were off stream, but they were still recording.
Yeah.
They're like, they were on YouTube's side, and then when this happened, they're like, "Fuck, guys, now I can't defend you." 'Cause
Like,
this
what
is-
the fuck?
Like,
Like-
he was screaming about conspiracy, and Ethan's like, "No, there's no conspiracy. This is just he's crazy." And then this happens, like, dude, is there a conspiracy?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Yeah.
I was on your side, and then you're like, "What?"
And then you
What the
just
fuck
decide
happened?
to go, oh, fuck you.
That's
Like,
so
here we
Like,
go.
what the hell?
So it's
happened?
just shitty because it doesn't matter what you do. There's no in between here. YouTube and Twitch doesn't give a fuck. They just see, okay, there's a complaint. We're gonna give you a strike. It's like what the fuck? And you get literally 3 strikes. You're fucking out.
Yeah,
You have to
they-
restart.
You, I mean,
You know how
yeah.
shitty that.
They shut down
Imagine
your
a
whole
creator
channel.
like H3, who has millions of followers. Millions of followers.
Millions of followers,
Gets 3 strikes.
hundreds of videos that have great content,
Yeah.
that it like meaningful
Gets 3
content.
fucking strikes, and now he's deleted off YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Now that guy has to restart, try again on a different fucking platform.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you're killing these creators who are making original content
Mm-hmm.
and not making this fucking cookie cutter content that we see. Like, I'm
Yeah.
getting really tired of, like, no offense to this at all, of seeing these millions of fucking makeup tutorial videos. It's like,
Oh,
we
yeah,
get
on the-
it. Like, there's 5
Yeah.
fucking people who do it. Like, those are the people. Can we fucking come up with some original content?
Yeah,
like we see fucking Jake
on
Paul
the
and all these
freaking,
things. Like,
on
I'm
the
just
trending-
ranting at this point. I get heated about YouTube because it's like, what the fuck,
on the
man?
trending
YouTube used to
video
be
on the
good.
trending tab, it's like always makeup
Right.
or trailers.
Yeah, and it's like, I
or,
want to
I'm
fucking
like,
see this shit. And it's like there's
Jimmy
no,
Fallon, Conan
I don't want to see
O'Brien.
that shit,
Yeah,
man.
No
how
offense
they
towards those
always-
cats, because they've been hustling since the olden days.
Yeah.
But at the same time, this is the internet. You guys like nailed the fucking TV. This is
You guys
our
nailed
home.
TV and fucking
This is
film.
our-
Can
this
we
is our
have
place.
fucking YouTube? Can the average
Can we
person
have
have YouTube?
user-created content that is more or less like more available for the general public, where it's not like every single video you watch there's an ad?
Yeah, you know, I have a question. As a creator, like just a content creator, what's your biggest agitation with YouTube right now as a community? My voice cracked again.
Or
Fucking
Twitch,
as
or
a
Twitch,
YouTube as a
if-
community.
Since you're more known with Twitch.
Yeah, on Twitch.
Or Twitch.
On Twitch or YouTube, which
Yeah.
one? Well, like, what's your big? What do you think is like the biggest problem right now?
I mean, since I'm
With the
so
community as a whole.
Since I'm still small, it's not really so much towards actual Twitch.
Mhm.
But community-wise, I hate these, 10-year-old kids that just come to my stream, start saying some stupid shit.
Have you had it
It's like-
happen?
Yeah, I had it happen the other day where some kid just came in and was like, "You fat fuck, you shit at
Jesus.
this game, blah blah blah." I'm like, "Why?" I was like, I was
That's
talking
called.
to
That's
him.
well. Wouldn't that be like backseat gaming?
Yeah, that. But
You could
it's
have
like,
that as a rule. It's like, hey, if you're backseat gaming, I'm gonna kick you out.
Oh no,
'Cause-
I banned him
Okay.
instantly.
Yeah.
Like I don't
That's
deal
good.
with that, like because it's happened a couple times, but like it's just knowing like why come here
And
with
talk
all this
shit.
negativity when I'm
Yeah.
just chilling
Mhm.
playing my game, It's
Yeah.
like, and then after like 5 minutes, I already forgot about the kid.
Yeah.
Until
Well, yeah,
right
and that's
now.
the thing. Like, it's
You really
So
gotta
it's-
take it, or you have to prevent yourself from taking it personally.
No, yeah, I don't take it personal. I just literally just
Yeah.
I read a couple things, banned him, gone.
No, I'm saying like for
And
other
then-
people who want to
Yeah.
also get into
Oh, no,
streaming,
yeah.
they have to take it like the way you
Oh,
did,
yeah.
which is like you just kind of let it go in one ear and out the
Yeah.
other.
Mhm.
Just don't let it phase you, because like look at the big cats now, like especially what happened with Doc
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
with
With his,
Soda,
yeah.
with his house being on fire. They were just trolling him for like 2 weeks straight.
Yeah.
How
It's like-
fucked is that, dude?
You just
like,
you just gotta roll with the punches. Like even to this day, like months later.
and that always
Doc
surprises me
still
when you
gets fucking
see
shit on
like these big name people, not necessarily like Twitch streamers, YouTubers, but like celebrities in general, when they're getting fucking shit from normal people talking shit, and it's like, and they're like, okay, I'm gonna take a break from Twitter for a little bit. Like, who gives a fuck? Like, no one cares. Like, the
The
thing
one-
is, none of these people affect you. Like, who gives
The
a
one,
fuck?
the one
Like,
that I saw that was pretty like damning, at least in my view, was she was a writer for, I want to say Gearbox, one of a game company,
yeah.
and I think she did Dragon Age Origins. So I don't think it was Gearbox, but she was recently on Twitter and talking about her role and current tribulations that she's going through designing the next story and game and stuff like that. And a community member is like giving really positive and critiquing her views and like giving her criticism, but constructive criticism in a really polite way.
Yeah.
And she totally like immediately said that he was being sexist and all this stuff.
Okay, see, no,
And then,
no, no, no.
and then
See,
days,
that's a
hold on.
different thing.
And then,
like,
then days later, she was like, you know what? I'm gonna take a break. I'm done. I'm like,
Okay,
yo,
like-
wait, this is a public place. You gotta fess up to what
you
you've
have
done.
to be able to take that ridicule and take that fucking criticism
Yeah.
to heart. You shouldn't even be like taking you shouldn't take it offensively. If someone's
Yeah.
going, "Oh, hey, you should fix this because maybe this would work better," it's constructive criticism.
Yeah.
But see,
Yeah.
nowadays people take criticism and they go, "Oh, you're being fucking offensive to me."
Yeah, it's like what we were talking about the other day. Just people are too soft nowadays.
Yeah, people
Yeah.
are too soft.
There's
Like
just
the
too
soft
soft.
factor has fucking increased to the max.
The way I
man.
see it is like when you're on Twitch and you get all this shit thrown at you, it kind of
Yeah.
makes you thick-skinned. It's
No,
like
yeah.
it builds you up. It's like, oh, these guys talking shit, whatever. I don't
like
care.
who cares, man?
Fucking
Like
yeah.
I'm on here doing what I'm doing.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, who cares? Like, if it's constructive criticism, I'll take it.
It's like if
I'll,
the guy's
I'll
saying,
take it
"Oh,
and I'll
hey,
be like, hey,
that play was bad. You should have been on this side instead," and you
Yeah.
would have gone that guy. It's like, oh shit, that
Like,
you got
thank
it
you, I
right.
appreciate
Not
it,
like,
yeah.
oh, you suck, you're terrible,
Ex-
get off the game.
Yeah, like
come
on
man.
I play Siege a lot, Rainbow Six Siege,
Mm-hmm.
and
Oh,
it's very tactical. So
Yeah.
there's sometimes where I have a random teammate when I'm playing with a squad,
Mhm.
and
Always getting
they'll
those
message
randos.
me at the end of the round. They're like, "Hey, you shouldn't have done that. Blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
Next time, do this." I'm like, "All right, I got you." Because like that type of stuff, you can't be like, "Oh, I'm fucking better than you."
Yeah.
Blah,
Yeah,
blah.
totally.
Take it as advice and just learn from it.
exactly. And it's like it's one of those things. Fucking cars, goddamn Glen Oaks. But but no, it's like one of those things. Like it's weird because it's supposed to be criticism, but some people are just so soft nowadays. And people like we saw. I don't know if you saw that controversy that happened with Ruby Rose and how she's gonna play
Still Fire.
Still Fire, and how she's gonna play Batgirl. You know, like people were complaining about that shit. Yeah, she's gonna play the new.
They were complaining that she wasn't lesbian.
She wasn't lesbian enough.
And then also that she wasn't Jewish.
And that she wasn't Jewish. Which was fucked up. And that she's playing this character, she's not lesbian enough, and that she's too Jewish.
The way I see it,
and I liked how she handled it. She kind of fucked herself on both ends, but kind of gave her credit at the same time. Because she went, I'm going to take a break from Twitter, but you can catch me on my bat phone. So it's like, yeah, that's good, but it's like, don't fucking give in to these people. Who
the way I
like,
see it is that she's like, you know what? I don't need to deal with you guys because the way that she was, what she was receiving wasn't criticism into what she had originally said.
Yeah.
It was just for that she was gonna be Batgirl and people were already saying shit about her.
Yeah,
She's
and
like,
it's like,
I'm an actress. My
fuck
job
those
is
people.
to
Stay
to
on
pretend
Twitter,
that
and that's why
somebody
I like people like do you know Chris D'Elia?
Chris D'Elia?
Yeah, do you know Chris D'Elia? He's a
Sounds
comedian. He's a comedian. He has a podcast. He was actually on Vine. That's probably where you remember
That's
him.
probably where I know.
Really funny on Vine, by the way.
Okay.
Miss Vine.
Dude,
Well, I'm gonna
bring
talk
back
about that in a
Vine.
minute. But no, like
Hashtag?
he's hashtag. But like, but like he's on Twitter and people talk shit all the time. He doesn't give a fuck. He talks back. Like to me, that's awesome. Like go for it. What are these fucking people gonna do?
The way
Who gives a shit, man? Like
the thing about the Batgirl on Twitter and her leaving is that the whole situation that happened with this other girl, the writer, she had like shit thrown at her because she was already criticizing somebody else's, valid constructive criticism. And then for the Batgirl, the actress, to be criticized just for being an actress and then her not being of a specific type of person that the fans expected her to be is completely ridiculous because her job as an actress is to literally pretend to be somebody else. I mean, like,
which is crazy to me. It's like
come on,
that's
guys.
the whole point.
Her
of
job
being,
is literally to
and
play
is to
somebody
pretend.
else. Yeah.
That's your job, is to play pretend. And your fucking criticism is,
There's
you're not lesbian
of,
enough.
There's a lot of criticisms
Like-
that people say that, this character who's supposed to be gay isn't played by a gay person. Well, then they should be also accepting of the criticism that, hey, this gay person is playing a straight person. That shouldn't be right because that person is gay. But there's gonna be shit saying that that's actually homophobic, that's xenophobic.
It's this fucking
all these
weird
different-
era
it's
we're
like,
living in now. This
Come
whole
on.
fucking like me
It's
Too
either one or the
thing,
other.
man.
One or the
Who
other.
says, hey, you're not gay enough?
Yeah,
What?
that like what the fuck
not
is that?
gay enough?
Is that
Or
where
no,
we're
you're not
at this
lesbian
point
enough.
where it's like, you know what, man? She's not fucking gay enough to play this character. It's like, what the
I mean,
fuck?
like, hey, I thought she looked like Batgirl. That
Like,
should be pretty,
doesn't that count for fucking
visually, that should be
anything?
fine.
Like, so is that basically how Hollywood is going to be casted now? It's like, we need a legit super lesbian plus Jewish to play Batgirl. Like, I don't
guess.
think the casting call, you're going to get that exact
No.
fucking thing. You know what I mean?
I mean, like, well, it's Hollywood, so
Well, you might. But it's like, it's
place to
fucking
make
weird,
money, I
man.
guess.
It's like people complain about everything. So why would you care
There's
about the
so many
haters,
people
man? Like,
that are
stop
on
being so
Twitter
sensitive.
too that literally
Their whole life.
Let's say you'll go to like one post and you see them complain. You click on their profile, you just see them complaining on every other subject.
It's weird because it's just people
like
love to
they're like,
thrive
how do you
on
live your life like
bullshit.
that?
they're like serial
Like-
complainers.
Yeah.
Like, why do you want to live your life just fucking bitching about everything?
It's, you know
Like-
what makes me laugh is when someone posts something and then a hater says, "Who cares?" It's like, obviously you care enough to comment.
Yeah.
Who cares? Like that just throws me out. It's like,
The quickest way to defeat anybody on Twitter is to, like, who's complaining and shit like that, is to just not respond.
honestly,
Yeah.
Just let them talk
Because
into
it's
their own
fucking
void.
ridiculous, dude.
Yeah.
And
Let
that's
them
why
yell
it's
in
like,
the void. They can
like
say
it's
all they
so
want.
crazy nowadays that there's so many people out there who are just more than willing, and it's not even trolling because it's beyond trolling. It's just like you just have nothing to fucking do
Yeah.
but criticize and complain
It's like,
about
instead of-
bullshit that doesn't even affect you.
Instead of criticizing, there's sexism happening in Hollywood. It's like, yeah, okay,
Yeah.
that's definitely happening. But there's also much worse happening out in other countries. I don't
like,
wanna
are you
say
really going to
necessarily
focus
say
all your
where,
energy
but it's in a
on the fact that Ruby Rose is not lesbian enough for you?
Like, who
when
says
fucking Canada, right? I know,
wait,
right? Like,
didn't the Saudi Arabia thing happen where they crucified somebody in Mecca?
yeah,
They crucified him in Mecca.
they crucified someone, and y'all over here fucking complaining at the fact that Ruby Rose is not lesbian enough. What the fuck, man?
This road got me.
Like, it's fucking crazy what's going on, man. Like, it's fucking nuts.
It's ridiculous at this point,
man. And that it's really hard nowadays because obviously, like, you're a little younger than us. Obviously, you're younger than me.
Yeah.
But we're all basically from that same generation of.
What up, Grandpa?
Right.
Boys, don't
Hey man, I gotta
remember
pay for my
back
own
in
health
the
insurance.
old
It's called being an adult, motherfucker.
back in the old days, we just had syphilis.
Go to Canada.
Wait, no,
Not right
we
now.
had
Canada's on fucking
penicillin.
fire with 400 fucking fires right now.
it's
What was
just-
it? 400?
Or some, I need to check the numbers.
Some fucking
again.
yeah, Canada's on
Think about
fire
how
right
great
now.
that soil's
Qu-
gonna
It's
be.
British Columbia. British Columbia specifically.
But it's like we're from the generation that still knew
Best
how to suck
generation.
it up. You know?
Yeah.
Just fucking suck it up.
Just
Like
deal
that's
with it.
Your generation is like kind of like
Ours
you're
is,
like that rare like 10% that still has that part.
yeah, because the way
Because
I grew up.
I've met other people that are your age, and it's a fucking hit or miss.
That's why I don't hang out with those two type
Exactly.
of people.
Exactly. It's fucking like it's nuts, dude. What happened? Like what honestly happened? Everyone got super fucking sensitive.
Yeah, instead of like, let's say someone talks shit to you.
Mm-hmm.
Back when you were a kid, you would just talk shit back and it would be a little battle going on.
And it was natural.
Now it's like, oh, I gotta tell my mom, the principal, everybody.
Mm-hmm. I gotta
get
tell
that kid
Twitter. I
suspended.
gotta tell Instagram. I'm gonna get
Yeah.
that kid suspended. That's
I
a
want
hate.
everybody
Like
feeling
what the
sorry
fuck?
for me. It's like, what?
Like what the fuck, man?
And then they
Just going to
classify it
chaos.
as bullying.
It's nuts, dude. It's really insane nowadays. I don't get it. Like it's really nuts. And obviously, like there's some circumstances to it.
Pistachios.
Pistachios, fucking almonds, cashews, nuts.
Almonds.
Fucking
Cash
crazy.
these nuts?
Cashews and nuts.
Oh, I heard cash these nuts.
Catch these nuts?
Yeah.
No, I'm not trying to catch that Twitter name, right? But but it's nuts nowadays, man. Like everyone's so sensitive.
Yep.
Emergency declared across province of British Columbia as 559 fires burn.
Fuck. So is Canada just a wasteland at this point? Jesus, man. Voice.
Let's see.
Bumbleclaw.
The declaration is in effect
Bumbleclaw.
for 14 days.
It's a wasteland,
A
man.
333 square kilometer fire has destroyed more than 40 homes and properties in around Telegraph Creek.
Fuck.
See, it's Canada too, and he said kilometers.
There's another wildfire that has
Shouldn't be laughing at this situation.
more than 1,500 properties on evacuation order, and at least 10,000 were on alert as well.
Jesus. Dude,
That's like-
is basically like this our entire side just catching on fire? Like,
Yeah, 'cause
We're
there's
on
a big
fire.
There's a Holy Cross fire happening right now in
oh
Cali,
my god.
which is supposed to be pretty big.
It's
I don't
huge
know if you
right
guys
now.
heard of
The
The Holy Cross fire?
Holy Cross.
It's fucking huge, right?
My cousin had to get evacuated
Oh,
immediately.
no fucking way.
It's
really?
crazy. Yeah.
Is
like
your
my
home,
cousin-
like, in danger, or?
Yeah.
Oh,
I think it's like
shit.
right on the edge of the fire.
Oh shit! Well, because of the fires, NASA has been tracking lethal carbon monoxide emissions across the U.S.
There's a guy that
fuck,
said
really?
Like you can see, there's a chart on express.co.uk.
Holy shit.
You can actually see the mapping of the entire carbon monoxide from the fires that has been released.
Wow.
What the
It's
fuck,
fucking
man?
insane, man.
Well, I don't know if you listened to our last podcast, but we literally just found out that we're basically moments away, like literally moments away from doing irreversible damage to
Irreparable,
our
I think.
own
Yeah.
planet.
Damn.
Like it's nuts, dude. And when I see these fires, or when we see these fires, like fuck, like we're
Man,
getting
we
closer
can't
and
go out with
closer.
this new generation. Like, we gotta have a better generation to go out with.
No, can we get something else? Like, can we get a restart button? Can the next generation just get a fucking pair, man? It's fucking nuts, man. I said man like 9 times. But it's like,
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
You ever see him, like,
I'll
going
tell
back
you
to,
what,
like,
man.
I think it's Jimmy Kimmel that does the mean tweets.
yeah.
Where
Yeah.
they told Justin Bieber, like, dear God, give us Tupac back and we'll give you Justin Bieber. Give us some
Please,
more
God.
years and we'll give you this new generation.
We'll give you the Me Too generation, please.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, yeah.
I'll take Generation X again. I'll take more millennials than more of this shit. Swear to fucking God, man. It's
swear to God,
insane.
I did.
I swear to God. But now, how's work for you, man?
Oh man, you don't even.
It's going.
We're fired a bunch of people right now
No fucking way.
for things that I don't know if I could say though.
Oh, really?
Yeah, recently one of my footwear guys just got fired.
Oh, fuck.
A couple cashiers got fired, and
No way.
yeah, it's
Well,
all
I'll ask about that after.
investigation. But yeah,
No fucking way. Oh,
Crazy.
shit.
they investigated me, but you know, I'm a clean guy.
If you want to hear
Yeah.
a little tidbit about the California fires, from what I'm reading here on CBS News, the initial insurance total covered 4,100 partial residential losses, 5,500 total residential losses, 35 rental and condo losses, 601 commercial property losses, more than 3,000 vehicle losses, 150 farm or agricultural equipment losses, and 39 boats.
Yeah, I gotta
39
come
boats?
I gotta come
39
back.
boats.
Yeah, because it's over there by Castaic.
Oh, okay. I was like, how the fuck did boats burn up? Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, how crazy is this fucking fire, man?
The highest amount of people that were evacuated from the fires was 100,000.
Shit.
And currently there's about a little bit more than 15,000 people that remain evacuated, but it's down from 100,000 last Saturday.
Speaking of which, there was a fire. I don't know if I told you. One of my friends that was working at Dick's Sporting Goods, he recently left the company to go work for a better company. His house burned down. He lost everything.
Oh,
Shit, his whole house
fuck.
burned down.
What happened?
Middle of the day, he lost 4 pets.
Oh,
Like,
dude.
no.
You know, his whole
man.
family split up right now because they don't. You know, they gotta
Place to
restart.
stay. Like, yeah, they
Yeah,
have to
it's
restart
crazy.
everything. How did it happen?
It sucks.
There was something with the electrical.
Electrical?
I was gonna say electricity. But yeah,
man.
electrical.
Some update news with Musk. Apparently he was served a subpoena
What?
What?
after his tweet saying that he might take Tesla private. Because he's saying that
Yeah.
he already acquired the funds, and they're saying that where'd you get the money from? You never disclosed that money to us because it's public. Remember?
No.
Like, hey,
Yeah.
what money are you talking about?
But come on, I'm pretty
Some
sure
of them
Elon
boats.
can get himself out of this one because
See, this is
Elon
what we're
has
talking
fucking-
about, where people are focusing on the wrong issues.
Yeah. Yeah, there's bigger fucking issues.
Yeah.
it's
There really
come
is.
on,
There's
man.
a lot better or worse issues that we
Yeah,
should be
like
dealing
the guy
with.
in the White House. Pause. No more. I'm not gonna get it.
I know. We try not to do politics here, man. Honestly, like, we just stay away from it unless we kind of have to talk about it
All I'm
because
saying
it's
is,
what's
like,
going on in the world.
That one YG song is my favorite song. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, it's
There
just
might
like
be so the Hyperloop. Remember the one that's being built from
Yeah.
what is it, Oxnard or whatever, down to, or was it like north of Santa Monica down to downtown?
yeah.
They think they're gonna maybe build another one to Dodger Stadium.
Ooh.
From the valley.
Super. I don't know.
That'd be fucking nice.
No,
God
it would
damn,
be.
man. We have a station up in NoHo or something, man. God damn. I'd like to get to the Dodger game in fucking 5 minutes instead of fucking 25.
You know, it's crazy. Since we
Yeah.
lived through it, that
Wow,
NoHo
first world problems.
bus station or metro station is pretty.
Oh, so
iconic.
it's gonna be, or they're
what was
saying
that?
that the 3.6 mile long tunnel would pick up near one of 3 LA Metro subway stations and run under Sunset Boulevard,
One better be
ending in
NoHo.
the stadium parking lot and making it far easier to take public transit to the game.
That'd be nice.
You can get drunk in the game and not have to worry.
I do that anyway, man.
Fans would
I
pay
actually did
about
that last time
$1
at
for
the
the
game.
4-minute ride called the Dugout Loop.
The dugout loop.
Dugout loop.
How fucking
That's
corny
sick.
is that?
Oh.
The dugout loop.
You
It's
said
corny
that's
as
corny.
fuck,
I said
dude.
that's sick.
That's dope as shit. That's corny as fuck. Come on, man. The dugout loop.
Oh, what I was saying is the NoHo station is pretty iconic.
Oh yeah, the NoHo station.
It's like-
I hate the NoHo station.
Why do you hate the NoHo
So many
station?
freaking like sketchy people all around there.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
That's
no,
why it's
come on,
iconic.
man. I love it. Like, that's the station you get. You could jump on NoHo, go to downtown LA, and you just see all the fucking weirdos going on. Like,
I
jump
think
on,
I think the
man.
one that's really iconic is the one on was it Highland?
Yeah.
The
No.
one by the mall.
The one by the mall.
The one that's
The Hollywood and Highland station?
yeah, Hollywood Highland.
Oh, yeah, because you're on Hollywood and Highland.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, that's the
no other
point.
reason.
Also, was it Grand Central?
Yeah. Well, I see Grand Central Station. I'm over. I'm over it because everyone goes to fuck. I get it. It's an old station. I fucking get it. But I don't. Maybe I'm jaded because we fucking live here.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? If you think about it, you go like no matter what stop you're on or you're going to, you go from like the Valley weirdos to downtown weirdos
Yeah.
to like Hollywood weirdos.
Oh yeah,
They're
and
all
there's
different.
a big shift of difference.
Yeah,
like
it's so crazy.
North Hollywood, you deal with a lot of like the hipsters, those weird guys. Like I'm an art student. We can fucking tell. Like we can fucking tell.
That's why
Okay,
your
Jared.
bum ass broke.
Like we can fucking see it, Levi. God damn it. And then you jip into fucking Hollywood. You're like, oh, okay. You don't know if they're fucking like actually broke, or they're just homeless.
Could have been an
So
actor.
they
Or
could be
they're
a
filthy
struggling
rich
actor.
or
they
they're
could just be a fucking writer
They
for
could-
Roseanne.
It could be that they're filthy rich and they just don't know how to dress properly.
Fuzzy too.
They're there you go.
No, man.
There you
No,
go.
he doesn't dress poor. He's just dressing alpha as fuck,
Oh,
man.
see,
Come on.
I've always supported him, so like I feel like I can make that joke because I still. I mean, it's not that I don't support him anymore. It's just like
What happened with the whole concert thing, man? What the
Yeah,
fuck was
come
that?
on,
Alright,
man.
The fuck
like,
was that? The
like,
fuck?
you gotta,
Yo, don't
like-
tell me. Don't ask me how I found where you live at, bro. The fuck?
like,
Yo, call the FBI. Get this guy out of
like
here, man.
fucking A,
He
dude.
was able to discover where I live. I don't like this guy.
That's
I don't
fucking
like
weird.
anybody who like discovers. Oh, hey,
Like-
you live here.
That guy's just fucking weird, dude. Like, Fousey Tube literally had a mental
And it's
breakdown.
not like
Oh,
he
it's
said,
still
"Oh, I know where you
continuing.
live." It's like I'm outside your place.
yeah.
I'm outside
Okay,
your
yeah.
place.
It's
Like,
like, yo, I know where you live because I'm right outside, boy.
it's fucking creepy, dude.
What?
Like, what the fuck? Oh, speaking of, because of the No Jumper podcast, we obviously saw fucking
No
Fousey
Jumper.
Tube
Shout out No
lose his
Jumper.
shit. Did you see fucking? Do you know who Boonk Gang is?
Moon Gang, whole lot of gang shit.
Yeah, did you
Negative.
see that guy? You know who that guy is? Hate
Negative.
him. Hate him. Oh, you don't know who he is?
I
Well,
don't
that
know.
fool, he's like basically just this fucking Instagram
Oh,
guy.
you talking about what I showed you?
How he passed out?
Yeah.
So this fucking guy, like, just the little background for you, Brandon. Boonk Gang
Okay.
is this fucking tool, and I use that fucking sparingly because I feel there's other words I can use because he's a fucking idiot.
He's like an internet persona. Put it that
No,
way.
he's an internet.
a
I
cult
can't
of
even use words. He's an internet
personality.
fucking like idiot. That's
Fucktard.
what the fucking is. Yeah, goddamn, I can't use fucking English today, man. What the fuck?
English. It's hard.
But this fool has a shit ton of like shitty tattoos on his face. He's one of those guys you see on World Star. You're like, how the fuck is this
Oh,
guy
he's like
famous?
was it Tech 9 or whatever?
Oh,
6'9".
6'9".
6'9".
Tech Nine is good.
is legendary.
Okay.
Yeah, 6'9".
Yeah, Tech 9. That's the because
This
6'9".
fool fucking got like this guy's
Fuck.
known for
It's
like
just the,
partying.
it's the first word that fucked up. That I
the
fucked
9
up.
part.
The 6.
The
This
6
guy's a
part.
real blood.
The
It's
9 was
that
fine.
part.
The 9 was fine. It was a
Yeah,
6. It's
yeah.
But that
it's
fool
not tech.
like is always zanned out like a motherfucker, and he passed out
Leaving the
like
podcast.
leaving No Jumper podcast. Like literally was like, all right, man,
Stands up.
I'll see you later, and just head first into the wall.
Let
And then
the
at the end,
dead.
like he's still like
Oh,
passing out and
man.
shit, and he's like, hey man, can we get a picture? And it's like, what the fuck, dude? Like
It's crazy.
god damn.
When you're gonna
like,
do an interview in that sort of situation where you're gonna be on a really, really highly well-known podcast or show or whatever, don't be on hard drugs.
but the thing
Like,
is, dude,
like,
like,
look,
podcast is
look,
kinda built
here in
over that.
California, there's a thing where it's like all along California, anywhere you go, there's gonna be weed in some place because California is kind of known for that.
yeah, we're definitely a weed
California weed is nuclear
We
weed.
have the best.
state. Yeah,
Like Jamaicans are like, we don't touch that.
that shit
No
too
way.
strong, bruv.
It's too strong. No man.
Bumble clock.
Bumba
Clock.
So when you're like here,
By the way, have you
People-
had like Jamaican weed? By the way,
no, I haven't.
it's fucking garbage.
It's dirt.
It's
Really?
garbage. I had it. Like one of my fucking friends brought some from Jamaica. Don't
I don't
ask me
even
how.
smoke.
Don't ask me how. And she was like, "Here, you want to try it?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll try it." And she's like, "It's okay. It's like basically all sticks and stems." I'm like, "What the fuck, man? Like y'all have it hard out there."
maybe
Did it smell a
maybe it
little
just was
funny?
that they got it from a bad source because there has been a lot of like Vice or I think it was from Hamilton's Pharmacopoeia or from other
Good
strain,
ass show.
strain hunters.
Strain hunters.
Strain
yeah.
hunters. I think they've done a couple in Jamaica because
Mm-hmm.
I think it was that she just or that the friend of yours acquired it from a bad source.
Yeah. It was all sticks and stems, dude.
So maybe it was just that, but the strains themselves, if they're properly grown and cultivated properly, they're probably like really, really fucking good.
Was that her first time going there?
Yeah.
Okay, that's how you know it was
Yeah,
a bad
that's how you
source.
know. But it's one of those things, man, like, you realize how strong the weed is here when you have someone else who comes out here.
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude, you want to smoke? I'm like, yeah, let's go for it. And, like,
You're
they
like,
fucking, like,
"What?
take 2 hits, like,
What?
oh, dude, your shit's, like, so strong. I'm like, this is where it fucking originated from, man. Come on,
From
dude.
what I've
Like,
been hearing from some news reports or whatever, that the percentages compared to what they were like in the 90s, which was like 4 to 7%
Oh,
if you
yeah.
got really high,
are fucking insane.
now
man.
are like at close to hitting to 20%.
Yeah, dude.
THC content.
Because we're
I'm
actually
like,
using
what?
science to get higher.
But
Like,
they're
what the
saying-
fuck?
The thing is that a lot of people are saying that there's a slight increase in, I think it's psychosis,
Mm-hmm.
because the CBD has also been removed,
Yeah.
and because CBD is the
calming
healer
part.
the
Mhm.
healing portion of it. They're saying that if they were to reintroduce the CBD, but could you still maintain that THC percentage that high?
My CBD got
Actually,
chocolate
yeah.
on it.
Could you do a high THC and
dude,
CBD?
Remember how I got the yeah, I'm gonna tell I think I've told you this. Yeah, I got the that fucking Vietnam weed. Like
Hold
what?
on. How was I supposed to know what you're gonna say when all you said, "Have I told you"?
No, I told you about the Vietnam
I
shit.
know,
That's what I'm
but you're
saying.
you
Like I
probably know
told
what
you
I'm
this.
talking about.
And I know you know this, but it's like I had weed that was literally from fucking Vietnam. Not from like Vietnam, but from the Vietnam War, that era.
Oh, yeah,
I had a
yeah.
person, a source, I won't say names, that literally
Philip?
cultivated all these old seeds, everything like that, and
It
planted it
maintain-
himself.
He maintained, or that person maintained the overall quality and
Of the original
genetic
seeds.
strain.
And those are higher in CBD, so you can maintain them. They are higher in THC
But
content
can you
too. Like,
maintain a high THC and high CBD
they
content
do
at the
have
same
those too,
time?
man. They have them. I've
Because
tried
I
them.
think if you were to have both at the same time, you would get that high feeling, the mental high,
Mm-hmm.
but also feel that the healing and calming,
Like a hybrid.
Yeah, that's
like
more,
like a hybrid, but it's a hybrid
Intense.
not only for your for your mental,
Mm-hmm.
but also for your body itself.
Have you been to a dispensary lately? Because like I went recently just to go check it out. They do have high CBD content and high THC content, like regular herb, like regular dry herb. It's insane. So they do have it, but people don't look for that. People aren't looking for high THC, high CBD content. Everyone just wants high THC, which is fine.
One of
I have
Yeah.
no issues with that.
One of my
Like,
homegirls is a bud tender.
oh really?
Yeah,
How does she like that?
she loves it. I mean, she said that she has a lot of tips.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Well,
no
yeah, of
offense
course.
to
I'm
her.
not
She's a
talking
hot chick,
I'm not
more
talking
than
about
likely,
And a bud tender.
and a bud tender.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, just being a bud tender,
In
automatically you
general,
get
yeah.
tips because you're like, yo, he's
Like,
some
here, man,
extra.
I tip my fucking
Yeah.
bud tender all the time. Like, whatever I
Yeah.
change, I get back. I try to tip him at least 5, 10 maybe if I have a little extra.
You know
like-
that big old shop right there off of Glen Oaks? Off the
Yeah,
5?
excellence.
Bro, wearing bulletproof vests, gun in hand at all times.
Okay, do you not see where it is?
No, I know, but I live like right there.
Yeah. Well, dude, okay,
It's just crazy.
I
'cause,
saw this fucking dispensary in Compton.
bomb.
They literally had
Well,
fucking crazy ass fucking security, and it makes sense. But it's funny, like when you go to like West Hollywood,
Oh, like
and these guys
Batman?
have
Where it's
fucking
like the
armed
freaking
security.
like the Apple Store.
Yeah, like come on, man. Like no, I saw one. It was one by Hugh, who'll be not named, fucking by his place. Armed security, bulletproof vest, basically like a plate carrier, like full military garb. I'm like,
Come on.
you're in fucking West Hollywood.
Well, see, here's the
Can you
thing.
calm down?
Here-
Like Jesus.
Here's the thing: is I have a source or a homie. A lot of the high action areas that do have those high securities, they're safe. All the ones that are in, like West Hollywood or even like Burbank right here, they're getting hit hard recently.
Really?
Yeah.
You would think in areas like that it would be.
Well, maybe
Well,
it's
because they're
because of
traveling.
that.
There's some people that go from San Francisco all the way down to San Diego, just hitting shops at one after another,
Jesus
and it's
Christ.
crazy right now.
What,
Ever
like-
since it became legal, because like if they catch you with it, it's like,
Like,
well,
sorry. Like,
it's not like I'm smoking it, so they
Yeah.
can just be like,
No, but the thing is that you can only have a certain amount on you.
well,
Yeah.
no, yeah, of
even
course.
like even in the vehicle, even worse because it has to be in the trunk.
mhm.
Well, exactly. So I mean, obviously, if you're you know, you're trying to come up on that stuff, you're gonna know everything that can get you caught.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
Well, I found. Well, I don't know if. Well, I don't know if it was in the news. I think it was in the news about those iPhone bandits that were robbing fucking like Apple stores in broad daylight and cutting the cords of the display models and jacking them and running out.
we just got jacked the other day.
Did you really?
Yeah.
What the fuck? For what?
All Nike, what are they called?
Apparel?
No, those jackets. The ones that are
Breakers?
windbreakers, yeah.
What? How many did they
Literally,
get?
all they did was grab the whole rack and walk out.
What the fuck? Are you serious?
Yeah. And they did it to like a couple of our stores.
God.
There's
Okay.
a lot of
Damn.
stuff popping off right now. It's crazy.
What the fuck, dude? Just
Jeez.
walked out?
Yeah.
See, like, I had that with, it's funny because my mom told me the story. It's from when she worked at Williams-Sonoma. You know those giant cappuccino machines that are, like, made out of brass that are heavy as fuck, right? So she's working Black Friday. Someone walked out.
African-American Friday.
Walked out. African-American Friday.
2018.
Walked out with that fucking giant machine. And no one caught him.
Who does that?
What?
And it takes 2 people to carry that thing. So it's like, what the fuck? That means they had a plan to go in there, have everyone distracted, and fucking
It
did.
could also be that the security and whoever's working at the place. Was
But
just
either way, man, you have to
Are there
walk to your car
cameras?
with this giant
What happened to the
cappuccino machine.
cameras?
I don't know. I don't know if that story. I didn't ask that question.
Jeez.
But it's the fact that people have the balls to fucking just steal in broad daylight and not give a fuck.
Maybe they
Like-
maybe they're so like whacked up on drugs that they think daylight is nighttime.
I don't even think it's
because
drugs,
they're
dude. I
always
think it's
roving
just
around
fucking
during the
like
night.
no shit's given, no fucks
It's
given.
funny you
Like,
say that because, like, when I do a full shift at work, I forget what time it is just because you're indoors all day and you just
yeah, no,
no
that's true.
sunlight or anything.
Well, yeah,
so
I
you
worked
just,
with you, dude. It's
yeah.
fucking, god damn, it's mind numbing.
There you
One
go,
time I
then.
got out at like 2 p.m. I'm like, damn, I thought it was dark outside.
Especially when you open.
yeah.
Especially when you open, it's like, what?
That's the
And when you're not working, but you work in footwear too, so you're not even by the door. You can even see the fucking sunlight.
So you go in when it's not night and you leave when it's night. It's like, did I even?
Dude, I used to fucking
Was
hate
I
that
here?
shit.
Or did-
I used to, like, when I used to work at fucking PacSun, I used to manage PacSun, I hated that shit. Because I'd go in, it would be dark, and I'd leave, and it was fucking dark. I'm like, can I have sunlight for 1 fucking hour, please? I don't want to feel so goddamn nocturnal.
I don't want to start
hated
turning
it.
paler.
Like,
'Cause
I know.
I need sunlight. I need to
I'm
get
pale
my
enough
tan.
as it is. For a Mexican, I'm pale enough. Okay? Like, it's really fucking bad. I see you looking at my legs. I am pretty pale, I know.
No, I was looking at.
It's all
I
right.
was actually kind of leaning at my.
Yeah,
legs
you're
'cause,
pretty
like,
pale too, man. You need a tan.
Compared to my arms, especially.
Yeah, no.
No, no.
But, like, it's hard. Like, it really sucks when you work those
Looks
shifts.
like a tattooed champion on my shirt. I mean, on my chest.
You what?
I said it looks like a tattooed champion on my chest.
Jeez, man.
I feel so bad because Rio's dressed up actually to jump on the podcast and have it recorded, and the camera didn't work.
Oh, he's all prepped up with his
He's all
champion
prepped
shirt.
up with the chain, the sunglasses, everything. Looking fly as shit. But you
Shit.
I'm gonna hit the bar after.
know.
It happens.
But no, man, it's crazy how people just fucking just steal shit. So they just left with
Honestly.
a whole rack
Yeah.
of fucking jackets.
And it's like
dude.
you said, like, how do you just go through, especially because we're located in a mall, how do you just go through a mall
with a rack full of clothes.
with hangers? Obviously, you still see hangers and sensors on them. Like, you could spot that
So
because we got
wait,
big
did the alarms
sensors.
not go off?
Oh, they went off. That's how we knew they left.
Did somebody go after them?
Well, legally you're not supposed to. Legally you're not supposed to go after them.
Legally, I
'Cause
can't.
you're not
I can't
police?
say that either.
What?
Legally, I can't say that we can't go after them.
I don't work for corporate,
Nor do I.
so yeah, legally,
I'm
yeah,
freelance.
it's one of those
I'm-
things.
I
And it's one of
might
those things. Ask an hourly worker.
I'm a
Are you gonna
photographer.
fucking chase after someone?
See,
For-
I would just because it's a thrill.
Yeah,
But
but, you're
then
not
it's
getting paid
like-
enough for that, man.
Yeah, and then I think
Like-
about that, like,
I don't get paid enough to fucking try to run after somebody who probably thinks they need these more than I do. Like, I'm good.
Well, I mean,
It's-
like at the same time, there's those people who are like, I'm just taking this so I can resell it for much higher. You know, the scalpers who sell the Yeezys for like
Oh
4
my God.
times, or the Nintendo.
did you hear about what the New York
NES,
Times did?
Oh yeah, the Supreme.
The
thing?
Supreme thing? Did you-
It wasn't New
we
York
talked
Times.
about that
it was
yesterday, right?
It was New York Daily Post.
New York Daily Post, yeah. A New York paper, I knew that. But, like, they fucking released a paper.
Knowing how bad the Supreme shit has become, I'm disappointed in the New York Daily Post for allowing that thing to go up. However, it is an advertisement.
For me, I think it just
they
proves
need
the
ad
point.
money.
I think it was the point, like to prove a point that people will pay outrageous amounts of money for a fucking
No,
logo.
people are
Like,
desperate for clout.
I'm
It's like
I'm disappointed.
like if
I'm
I
desperate.
wanted when Cyberpunk 2077 comes out, I'm gonna be getting the deluxe, the mega
Yeah.
ultimate pack because I really want it because I really support it.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with the Supreme thing. The problem is that they're paying this crazy amount for something that's so worthless.
With their
It's a
mom's
piece of
credit
paper
But it's
with
not even
red
that,
ink.
dude. It's the fact that, like, yeah, you're going to pay the $1 for it, for that fucking newspaper.
But the
And then the people who buy it for the resale value, just for the fucking clout,
just
like,
be-
what are you gonna fucking
'cause,
stunt
like-
on?
like,
you
I'm
bought a
probably-
fucking $2,000 newspaper,
Like
man.
I said,
Like,
yes.
if they're selling it for
People
like
who wear
200,
Supreme.
alright, for 20, like $20 or $10.
like, it's
They're
fucking
making
nuts, man.
they're like making tons of profit.
It's
People who wear
nuts.
Supreme
1,000%
wear
up
Supreme to
mark-
show off for their
markup.
homies. They don't show off for anybody else.
Like, yeah, dude. Like, no
I'm
matter
disappointed
how,
if you wear Supreme.
like, just how you want to
Get the sweater
man.
that says
Like,
pretentious. That's by I think it's by H3.
Uh-huh.
no,
yeah.
isn't that fucking Philly?
Nah.
No, it is Philly.
Yeah,
thought-
Philly D, pretentious.
Philly D has the sweater
his
that
was
says
sheep.
that's white. That
No,
it
you're
just
thinking
says
of,
pretentious.
You're thinking of
Teddy
who does the
Fresh.
sheep one? Who does the sheep one? Someone has one that says sheep.
The one that does the content cop.
Oh, iDubbbz.
Yeah,
iDubbbz, yeah.
is the sheep.
He has the sheep
Yeah,
one.
he's the sheep one.
Yeah, I, have
Okay,
the, I saw the sheep one.
Pretentious is, yeah.
Is
That's Philly D.
Philly D. Because, dude, it's like, it's fucking Supreme, man.
You're like,
who
look, when you're
cares?
gonna pay high top dollar for something, you should be expecting something of equal value.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be paying maybe $120 for the ultimate deluxe digital
Mm-hmm.
edition, whatever, of Cyberpunk 2077, but it's a game they've been working on for more than 5 years,
And you're supporting a company.
and I'm supporting
You know
a
what I mean?
company.
You're keeping the product and you're paying for the game to
Yeah.
play the game.
I'm
You know
helping
what,
out.
like-
Like, hey guys, I like what you do. I really enjoy it. Here's all of my money for this game. Let's go. For this other shit, I'm paying $20 for a piece of paper with red ink.
Yeah. It's crazy. You know how much? It's
Just a
funny
piece
you
of
say
paper.
it's $20 too, because you know what brand that Supreme stamps their stuff on? It's those AAA or like Gildan brands that you get from like the Swan.
No fucking
The cheapo ones?
way.
Yeah.
So if you bought
You
Supreme
couldn't
out
even
there,
get Hanes? Like, come
just
on.
for just so that people know who bought Supreme, you just paid for a $5 T-shirt with an $80 logo.
You know what's a really
Like, are you
You know what's a
fucking
really
serious?
really fucking good $6 T-shirt? Uniqlo.
Pro Club.
Pro Club.
Uniqlo. UNICL or CQO or
Explain.
UNICLQO.
Explain.
It's a Japanese Japanese clothing company, and they're the only store that I know of is in the Glendale Galleria. You can buy a shirt in a bag for like $5.90.
What?
It's fucking it's super like this material, which I think
Oh, like that soft material?
Yeah, this is cheap material compared to their shit. Their shit is so soft. Their socks, you can buy a 4-pack of socks.
That's
with, like,
worth $5.
Super comfortable, premium feeling fabric, not this,
See, but it's the
white
fact that
cotton.
like I
There's
didn't even
10
know that what they're
4
printed on.
pairs
Like
for
that's
$10.
insane. So you're like, it's just insane. Like that makes sense
That's
because they're
fucking
comfortable
dope.
T-shirts and they're
Dude,
soft.
They're so
Shout out
fucking
to the Jabs.
comfortable.
That's-
Dude, the graphic tees for they have fucking Vegeta and Goku
Nah, see,
and Frieza.
You can't do that
graphics.
to me, man.
Where is
Serious.
it? Glendale
Glendale
Galleria.
Galleria.
Right? I'm there
Go-
tomorrow.
go
Can
to-
you tell me how much
Go
they
to
are?
JC
'Cause I'm a
Penney.
cop,
Go to
like-
JC Penney. Go through it. It's like to the right of it. When you
Okay.
go in, when you park in the parking lot, go into JC Penney. Go to the right. Once you enter the main mall section, it's right
I'm gonna have to
there.
go there. I need to
Okay.
pick
It's
up some
fucking
shirts.
sick,
Yeah.
man.
Dude, I am stepping up my fucking.
I have a homie that works inside JCPenney too, so
I'm gonna run through, say hi, and then go get a T-shirt.
yep.
Dude, I'm like stepping up my T-shirt game with Dragon Ball Z.
UNIQLO.
What's it called?
UNIQLO.
QI. What was it?
UNI.
UNIQL.
Oh yeah.
Okay, it's just fucking.
That QL is just kind of hard.
Yeah,
to
I'm
say.
like QL. Like what the fuck? Like
UNIQLO.
that doesn't make
Here,
sense.
I'm opening
to me.
up their shirts. I'm on their website right now to
I
see
felt so
what
bad for that customer
what they
that,
got.
that
Let's
asked
see.
me for that
Oh yeah.
that
So Rios calls me the other
Badge.
day.
Work.
So I got Rios this limited edition, like Chilron patch. It's Shenron with sunglasses. Very, very limited edition. It's by
Appreciate it.
Pin Day.
Uh-huh.
Okay, very like small company that makes pins and all that stuff.
patches.
Got the patch. This fool calls me yesterday randomly, and he goes, "Hey man, I have a customer here. He wants to know where I got my patch. Where did you get it?" I'm like, "Dude, those are fucking limited edition." And see, That's what I'm willing to spend money on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
definitely.
$10 for that fucking patch. I know people are gonna freak out. Like, you paid $10 for a patch, but it's like, what? Did you just rip your fucking pants?
Oh, it was so close to just tipping over
What?
and falling.
Oh, your mod?
Uh-oh.
Not again.
Uh-oh.
But like, see, for me, if I'm gonna pay $10 for an item, okay, even a patch, that's a lot of money. But it's a limited edition. They're not gonna reprint them. It's over with. That makes sense to spend that money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if I'm gonna go to Supreme and pay fucking $60 for a white T-shirt,
Bro, they're way more than 60.
for a I know, like, how much are those T-shirts
They're
anyway?
like 90 to 110, depending on what kind.
Fucking
What?
For a white T-shirt that
For
has a red
plain
logo?
White, red Supreme logo.
Nah.
Their sweaters are crazy too. They're
Oh
like
yeah, no, I've
250
seen
plus.
those. They're like $250, right?
Shit's
They're
fucked,
fucking
man.
nuts, dude. So it's like, if I'm paying $10 for that fucking patch, then yeah, it's a limited edition. It'll never be reprinted. But I'm not gonna pay $90 to $100 for a fucking
You
white
can see
T-shirt with a
here-
red logo. Like,
Here's
15
this
bucks,
one.
I could just go make one, and nobody will
Exactly.
ever know.
oh, that's a dope T-shirt. See, I like
and
that
the
shirt,
material is fucking comfortable.
but I can't wear gray, man.
It's super breathable.
Oh my
Well, you can get it.
God.
They have it in black
Now,
too.
okay, the reason why I can't wear gray, I sweat a lot, motherfucker.
Oh, look, here's
You know
this one.
that.
Why?
Yeah, but you don't want to bleed through your shirt.
That's why you wear
Look at this
a
one.
shirt to, like, let's say you're walking to work. You wear one
Oh,
shirt.
that's dope as fuck.
Ooh,
That's
you
a
get
nice
to
shirt.
work, and then you trade off your shirt, man.
I do that now.
Yeah,
I actually
always
do that
been
now.
Doing that.
Cause dude, it's fucking hot. It's fucking hot out here.
And-
Well, it's cooler now.
And to those
Oh.
people that wear two shirts and then just take off the under one, it
How
doesn't
about that
work.
one?
It makes
Doesn't
you
work.
sweat more.
Oh, that's dope. That's a nice shirt.
And
Yeah,
again,
rock
That's
blue.
a nice shirt.
fucking-
Yeah, if you're wearing an undershirt and then trying to take
Oh yeah,
that
guess
off,
how much
nah,
that shirt
still
costs?
hot. How much?
$12.99.
Pretty close. 15 bucks.
See, I'll pay $15 for that shit. Are you fucking kidding me?
You know how much it would have cost like at fucking Hot Topic or some shit place like that? Probably like 25 bucks, 30 bucks.
I would say
Jesus.
30.
And I'm
Yeah.
not kidding. You're
Yeah.
absolutely ridiculous, man.
It's
Like,
crazy.
Sometimes I don't get it. Sometimes these freaking stores overprice the freaking shirts and stuff.
They really do. And then it's, I don't know what it is. I guess it's more of like, I can never understand it. I guess it's just a brag to your friends and stuff. Like, oh yeah, I paid this much for this shirt.
Yeah,
Like-
it's like what happened with what's his Rice Gum, that he was like always showing off how much he's
yeah.
paid for this shit and
Yeah.
all this and that. I'm like, dude, that just says that you're spending your money on things that don't matter.
Exactly. Like,
So instead of saying like, oh hey, instead of spending my money on $300 jackets, I'm gonna spend my money on putting an investment in something. Helping out another guy, a YouTuber, improving my own equipment, delving into more creative projects. Like,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, I'm doing YouTube videos, but now that I have this monetary access, now I can buy a great camera, maybe start to develop my own style of things, our own videos, like your YouTube songs and all that
Yeah.
shit. Why instead of hiring other people to do it, why don't you make your own music video?
Yup.
Why don't you become the new producer, the new videographer? Why don't you? Because you have that monetary amount, you have the access to these cars, the house, wherever you live, the people, you have the access. Do it.
Yeah.
Stop like spending your money on shit that don't matter.
And like, see, that's where like, I want to say when I was like 18 I want to say like 17 or 18. That's where like the millennial came out of me, because I did like for a short amount of time want that Supreme stuff and want all
See,
that.
we all have those
stuff.
moments, and I'm not ashamed to say I had those moments, because
Yeah.
we all have those those times when we were younger. It's like, you know what? I want to buy that shit. I want this shirt.
So it's like,
I
look,
want this kind of shit.
You
I
see
want to
that
look
shirt?
cool.
That regular shirt with all the different fucking color options you have.
Who dressed that guy?
Who dressed that guy?
It's simple. It's look, the thing about that is that yeah, you may not be wearing Gucci and all this other stuff,
Yeah.
but the
No,
thing is
man.
that
If you're buying a Gucci shirt and you're trying to wear that shit to fucking to work at fucking PacSun, you have problems.
the way I
Okay,
see it is
like-
like, yeah, you may not be wearing Gucci, all this and that. You may not have Supreme. You may not have Dolce & Gabbana, whatever.
Yeah.
But at least you're saving up your money because you're buying quality
The
clothing
thing is, like,
at an
see, like-
economical price.
I feel like designer's different, because designer's always gonna be designer. When it comes to like
Yeah.
Supreme and stuff, that's when it's like,
see, like Louis Vuitton, it's a well-known designer brand, and you're paying that price because it's made out of the best materials. But when you use like Supreme, as fucking Rios just told us, it's made out of a normal fucking T-shirt.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like what the
The
fuck?
way- the way
and
I
that was
see
like
it-
my problem with Kanye West's fucking shit, where he
Yeezy
has a
and his-
normal
or just hold.
100% cotton fucking shirt with rips in it, and I'm gonna pay $200.
Holes.
$200 fucking dollars. And then I'm gonna pay $500 for a fucking pair of jeans.
A week before those came out, we were throwing shirts with holes away.
Yeah.
In the trash.
Yeah. I remember that. Yeah. Like, we were there.
so-
Yeah. We were throwing fucking shirts away that had a hole in it.
Yep.
So it's like you're gonna fucking take shirts that have normal 100% cotton shirts and bust holes in them and then sell them for fucking $200. Nah, man, what the fuck? But like when
That
you
just
look
shows
at
how
Louis
desperate-
Vuitton and their white T-shirt is made out of fucking 100% Egyptian cotton, and you're paying $50 for that white T-shirt.
Whoa.
It makes a little bit more sense. I would never
Yeah.
fucking pay for it, but it's like it makes sense because it's 100% Egyptian cotton. That's the softest cotton.
Yeah.
And you have that money to buy it. Yeah.
However, like once I started when I bought that shirt from Uniqlo and I wore that, I'm like, yo, this is way
yeah.
better. It's
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
because
Have
like
you, be honest, Brent. Have you slept on 100% Egyptian cotton sheets before?
in many of the hotels I've been in, yes.
It's amazing.
I know.
Like it's so goddamn
I
soft.
still
I
haven't.
know.
Dude. Go
It's-
buy.
it's
like,
like- it's
don't go buy some. It's expensive as fuck.
Egyptian
But, like-
cotton and was it silk linen? That's some
Underwear.
Dog.
classic
No.
silk.
I would love to
No.
have some
You don't
silk.
even seem to understand how soft this shit is. It's like laying
Like
It's like laying on a bed full of puppy ears. Like it's so soft. It's fucking amazing. I like if there's one thing that I would
that's
invest
both demented and scarily accurate.
Yeah.
in. Like it is.
super
Like,
soft.
that's how I describe it. Like
It's
Just the
super
puppy
soft.
ears?
just
Like
puppy ears. You know how like when you grab a puppy ear, it's like, oh my god.
Yeah,
That's
but-
exactly what it feels like.
I
It's
can't
fucking.
just picture just puppy ears on my bed, you know?
It's
That's
fucking.
kind of...
Dude.
Well, it's not puppy. It's just a sensation. It's a sensation.
It's like, wow, this bed is soft, and then you just picture puppy ears. Just like, oh my god. But no, dude,
Oh,
it's
no.
fucking.
No, but yeah, that's basically how it feels.
Dude, it's
Super,
soft
super
as
soft.
shit. Like, so, like, I'd spend that money on that kind of bedding because I want to sleep on something so comfortable.
you
But I wouldn't
spend-
spend $50 on a fucking T-shirt.
Like,
You
Like,
see, with the bedding, you're using it every single night.
Exactly.
makes sense.
You're using
Yeah.
it constantly.
There's certain investments that just make
It's like a mattress. Spend the $2,000 because you're gonna be sleeping on it.
You're gonna fucking
night
sleep on it.
after night after night.
Exactly. So it's
No.
like, yeah. Please stop repeating.
Basically,
But, but it's like it's insane. So, but when it's designer stuff,
Crazy.
it makes sense.
the way I see it with designers, I expect designers to create clothing and stuff that is supposed to be beneficial towards the regular person. That it's like going to be helpful. Like, oh, they made a new style of jeans that is more comfortable.
Yeah.
Because they did studies and like.
So you
oh,
look at it at the
walking
consumer
cycles.
aspect, and consumer-wise, obviously we understand.
It's like, yeah, make it not only functional as hell, but also make it look dope as fuck.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the thing, and like, I think the main point is
It's like-
too, can everyone just stop wearing the same shit?
Well, that's the
Like-
thing. Everybody wants to wear the coolest shit.
Like
and a
why?
lot of
Like
people
what
are
happened to
"Yo,
being a
that's cool."
fucking individual and have your own individual style?
You go to
I'm
Ja-
wearing a fucking
You go to
black
you go to Japan.
and white tie dye.
You go to Japan and
DBZ
South
shirt.
Korea, dude.
I just really like
You go to
that shit.
Seoul
Thank you.
and
take it.
Tokyo. If you want to be unique and be yourself and wear what you want to define yourself as, Seoul and Tokyo.
Blood.
I
Okay,
can tell you right now.
you went to Tokyo, right? So what kind of styles did you see out there?
One end, it was super dark emo goth, like super like
Really?
dark. And on the other hand, walking by the same exact person was a girl fully dressed in Victorian outfit.
Wow.
What the fuck?
Oh no,
Hollywood.
two of them. One in black and one in dark brown.
Sounds like Hollywood.
Yeah, no. See, Hollywood, like Hollywood's so
Hollywood
weird.
is different because
No,
Hollywood is a clusterfuck of anything. And
yeah.
everything. I put glue on
Hollywood
it and
just
I roll in
smells
the
like
track.
alcohol and broken
That's what I wear.
dreams.
Yeah.
That's all it fucking seems like, man. Like,
Because the thing is, you have to look at Hollywood as a place where people go to copy.
You know,
They want to copy the Hollywood look.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
Tokyo and Seoul, they want to make their own look.
yep.
You know
They
what's-
want to make themselves look as unique as possible because they want themselves to stand out.
which I respect.
And that's mainly because their parents and their grandparents are very much, at least from what I've been able to understand, they're very conformist to the old ways. It's
Yeah.
like I don't like that my kid got tattoos. I don't like the way that my kid got piercings, plastic surgery. But the kids are like, hey, I want to stand out.
Mm-hmm.
Self. I don't
Yeah.
like it that I have to do all this the way I want it to do.
Yeah.
And out
like,
here, it's like you kind of can do anything you want, but because people always have that accessibility, they're they've lost their creativity.
Mm-hmm.
Because usually it's when you're restricted, that's when you get creative because you have to work with what you have.
Yeah, and that's where it's like it's really sucks. It really really sucks that no one's trying to be individuals.
It's like
now.
was it Peele?
Yeah.
He said that the reasoning why Key and Peele and was it
Yeah.
the reason why those two creations of his were so freaking successful and why people are basically calling him the king of horror now is because Hollywood has absolutely no creativity.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this guy, get out. Let's just do me and another guy and do some crazy shit.
And
See what
honestly, yeah,
happens.
like you can see, if you look at Hollywood in general, for how creativity is being used, it's just being fucking cookie cutters.
Yeah.
Everything. It really sucks.
Yeah.
And like it spawns into everything else, into fashion.
So why is
into
it that?
fucking
Why is
social
it that?
media, everything, and it sucks.
Why
dude.
is it that M. Night Shyamalan, after like releasing Unbreakable and then coming out with Split years later, and then all of a sudden a couple years later released Glass, the end of his trilogy that we didn't think was a trilogy until we ended Glass or Split at the very end and we saw Brucey Willis over there.
Mm-hmm. Brucey Willis?
Then we're like, wait, he went from really good to shit quality to absolute garbage, rock bottom, to all of a sudden be like, hey, this shit's good. What the fuck is going on?
What the fuck is that? Like,
Guys,
what a fucking turn on that one,
like,
by the way.
I'm glad that he came back, but at the same time, what happened, dude? The hell happened? Did you have like the biggest brain fart of all time?
Well, come on.
Funhouse, I saw it.
Yeah, did you see it?
Yeah, I saw it. I can see the reflection. And that was Lawrence Sontag, but in VR on with the handles and with the motions and the movements.
Yeah.
But it's
Oh,
like, it's
jeez.
nowadays, it's just so hard to be creative. Like, it's really hard to be creative.
Not really.
And it's, well, not necessarily hard to be creative, but to be
I'd say
different and stand out.
it
And
is
people go,
stand
oh,
out,
that's
yeah.
nice.
The way
You know
it
what I
is
mean?
more difficult, not because you're running out of ideas, but because the sea is so freaking packed.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many people creating new and crazy, awesome ideas, but there's just so many people. There's not enough time.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I didn't even know. About 2 or 3 months ago, I didn't know about the Tiny Meat Gang. I didn't know about Joe Rogan's podcast. I didn't know about Tony Diaz and his podcast or any of those cats. And now it's like, oh, now I do. But that's because I've dedicated my time to listening to them, to hearing what they have to say, hear their jokes, those sort of things where, maybe the next guy, there's a YouTube channel by the name of Chelsea and Tony Northrup.
Yeah.
And they do only photography stuff. And they have a photography podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And if it wasn't because of me delving into stuff, I would have never known about that.
Exactly.
And these days, it's really hard to find something that's new and fresh because there's so many people trying to copy that new and fresh thing.
You know what's crazy? Potentially, let's say in like 3 or 4 years, somebody could be having this same conversation about you guys.
It could be.
Could be. That's the hope. That's the goal. That's the dream.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
because of these guys, we got our own
Yeah,
podcast.
come on, man. Like, I would love to hear that. I would love just to look up our podcast name to see if we can see someone else mentioning us and seeing people like us who have the same followers that we have, like, right now, and going, you know what, yeah, they're doing so well. It's like that. I think that's a great thing.
Yeah.
And, like, I hope that, man.
That's like
Like,
Because we look up at these
us
podcasts.
becoming like a pillar or something for people to aspire to try
Yeah.
and achieve. It's like, don't copy us, but
Do
what
what you
we
want.
did. Do sort of what we did, as in by be persistent, be like
Yeah.
push forward, and regardless
Because
of what happens,
we
just
look at ourselves
keep
and we're
making
not
stuff.
doing what Joe Rogan's doing. Yeah, we're doing podcasting, but we're not doing what he's doing.
We're probably, you guys are probably doing what he did at first.
Yeah. We're just doing what we're doing in the beginning. And it's like, we're not trying to copy anyone. We're trying to do everything our own way.
Yeah.
We're just trying to have a conversation. We're just trying to take a break. And that's like unique. Yeah, we're trying to be
That's
unique.
man.
And it's like, that's what the beauty of being unique is that it's always going to be different. And it's always going to reach a different audience. And everyone's going to fucking like it.
Yeah.
And it helps other people go, oh, okay, yeah, I can do the same thing, but do it in my own way.
Yeah, and the
And
same
make
thing
it
with
different.
and there's the same thing with Twitch. Going back to Twitch, seeing where you are and what you've been through and where you're going, and people can be like, hey, this guy, he started off just like I did, with nothing.
And that's why it
I can
kills
push
me.
forward.
Go ahead.
You know what's crazy? On that topic, there's this one Twitch streamer that I watched for about 4 or 5 years already. And, he started out with Call of Duty. Call of Duty failed him because it's just, he didn't like it anymore, so he moved on to Fortnite. He tweeted out the other day because I follow him on Twitter. He's like, does anybody else just go to random Twitch streamers that have 1 or 2 viewers and just sit there and chill and talk to them? I'm like, I do that sometimes.
Dude, I always do that because they're the only people who actually listen to you and actually talk back to you.
Yeah,
Like, hey, what's going on? They have conversation. I'm terrible at that because I'm like super focused in on the game. But like for the people who do have the attention span, because I definitely don't. For the people who have the ability to play the game and be able to converse with the chat like via text, because you know a lot of people when they're first starting off they don't have mics or they don't want to use a mic. You know, the people who are able to do that, it's like pretty incredible. You know,
it's crazy too because I commented on his tweet because I've been a sub on his channel for a while too. And I'm a mod on his channel as well. I'm like, come visit my stream if you have the time. He comes, like, this guy has like 700K on YouTube, you know, like 300,000 followers on Twitch. And it was just crazy just seeing him in my stream. Like,
oh, he actually popped up on your stream.
Up on my stream.
Holy fuck. See?
And like, I don't know if it's because I was a mod and
usually from what I've seen, it's just because you're part of the community.
Yeah. And it's like
most of the time, like Tim the Tap Man or Soda Poppin'. Sometimes
and that's why we're like, I appreciate when these
Shroud does that as well.
That's why I like when these big name people actually talk to their crowd.
What they actually do is that they go on because like with Tim the Tap Man, he's on a variety stream category. He goes to like the bottom of the list on the variety streamers on who's currently streaming and then hosts them. And all of a sudden they get like 20,000 viewers all of a sudden popping in and they freak the fuck out.
Their reactions are priceless.
Oh, dude, it's so fucking cool.
Yeah, dude. Like, of course, you know how awesome it would be if for some reason we're doing our podcast and fucking TMG pops on.
Well, you
or
gotta fucking
Joe
have
Rogan.
the stream open. I only have it streaming over here.
I know. But we gotta look at it more. But it's one of those things
it's
like
definitely something that we can look forward to. It's like, hey, maybe through us being persistent and making content, people are like, hey, these guys are doing the work. They're doing just like what we're doing. They're putting in the time and effort.
Exactly.
Let's throw them a bone.
And that's where it's like, and that's what it kills me nowadays when you see a lot of these newer people who are starting off, who are doing their Twitch stream starting off, and they're trying to copy.
Like fucking Jake Paul. Like Jake Paul when he fucking jumped on there, was like, "Yo, I'm a Twitch streamer now. Get out of here, man.
Get out of here, dude."
We cultivated Twitch for years, and it wasn't even called Twitch.
The disrespect.
Like I can't stand it, and that's why like it kills me when I see these guys.
Yeah.
Like these new streamers who are trying, or like YouTubers or anything, who are trying to start out, but they're just copying what they see.
Yeah. What were you gonna say?
Like, be you, man. What were you gonna say?
Honestly, no. You know what's crazy? You know when I first started wanting to stream, like 2-3 years ago, like 2.5 years ago. No, I'll say 2. Anyways, I was still sub to his channel at the time. I donated a certain amount. I'm like, hey, what does it take to be a good streamer on Twitch? Because I'm just starting out and I want to know if you have any tips. He read my donation, he answered, and this is where I gave you my answer. He said there's 3 main things: consistency,
consistency.
Yes.
Yeah, you said it right the first time.
Okay. Make sure that you have a consistent
Schedule?
live time schedule and stuff like that. Number 2, quality. Make sure the stream quality is good because nobody wants to go where you're just lagging. They're just going to go watch someone else. 3, be yourself.
Yeah.
That's the only 3 things you need. And ever since he told me that, that's what I've been trying to.
Yo, Josh. What's our tagline?
Oh, I believe it's just be real.
Just be real.
Dude, just
that
be
is
real.
literally the emphasis of what we do here.
Yeah.
You know, we sit here, and that was literally the point of everything. You know, you were here when we talked about when we started thinking about this whole podcast. You know, that was our whole point, is that we just wanted to be guys, just a bunch of people.
We just want to be guys
who just want to talk and just take a break from
all
our normal hustle and grind of what we do, and just sit here and
talk
just
about
talk.
stuff. Yeah.
And just be real with each other and whoever we're talking to, whether it be a guest or just Brandon and myself. Like, we do this all the time. And that's the big thing that I think is lagging with a lot of content, is that people aren't being themselves. They're being the next Jake Paul.
But
they're
also,
being the
not
next
only is it that they're trying to copy other people, but because of the current, climate and what currently is going on within society, it's really difficult to be yourself, to really show what you want to say, because a lot of people are going to take that as a negative content, even though maybe the stuff that you're saying isn't bad. It was just taken out of context or just misconstrued it or there was a miscommunication in what you were saying.
Yeah, and it's like, and it's one
like,
of those
it's like the thing with Thanos. Like his thing, it was bad, but his reasoning was just. He had a reason to do it.
I finally saw it, by the way.
Oh, you finally
There
saw
you go.
Infinity War?
Yeah.
But, so you can kind of understand that, where it's like, even though he was doing a really bad thing, his reasoning wasn't a bad reason.
Yeah.
It made sense. It was just a really bad thing to make sense about.
And going back to your point that you made, where it's like, be unique. I was trying, I was trying to write more bits and everything like that, and I didn't feel right about it. Like, and I kept trying to pitch them. I think I even pitched to you a couple of my jokes, and they weren't landing, and they weren't doing anything, and it took me listening to other people and listening to other comics, and all their main point was, just be who you want to be.
Yep.
Like, who fucking cares if that person doesn't like your joke? If 3 people liked your joke, who fucking cares about that one guy? Just be you. Be your own self. I'm like, that's true. Like,
I really like comedians and the way they work because, like he said, what if just 3 people like your joke? Those 3 people, they're going to go tell one of their friends. One of their friends is going to go tell another friend.
exactly.
You know what I mean?
Well,
I had
Gabriel
this issue-
Iglesias, one of his most famous jokes, the racist gift basket.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's one of his most famous ones, but at the same time, it's one of his most controversial because of what the context of it is.
Exactly.
But at the same time, it's with one of his great friends. You know, it's
Like-
just somebody he's worked with for many years, and he's known him for a long time.
Because I had to explain this to someone recently, too, because and it's really hard when you're trying to be like an open micer and you're trying to do this and you're trying to, you say the joke and you're asking advice, and especially, when you don't know any comedians.
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit, like I'm asking.
It's like, I
normal
need
people.
help, but I don't know who
So
to
like
ask.
when I pitch a joke and then I was trying to explain this to someone else and he was like, oh, and I did the joke, and he's like, it's funny, but you're gonna lose half the crowd, and I'm like, well, I don't care about that. Like, if I can make most of the people laugh, that's fine. That joke just doesn't land with that person.
Because remember, what a lot of people say is, don't try to please other people, just try to please yourself. And
Exactly.
If somebody else laughs with you, then
And like,
hey,
and people don't
that's
seem to
good.
understand that, where it's like, you don't have to please everyone. You don't have to. Why the
Dave
fuck?
Chappelle.
Exactly. Like, I'm not gonna please everyone. Like, my joke, if that person, because my joke was, I'll just say it, where it was like, oh yeah, like, I was raised to be a gentleman, and I realized that being a gentleman might be a little bit chauvinistic because, we open the door, but we're opening the door to look at that ass. Like, see, like, you guys laugh, and it's funny.
Yeah.
The person I told this to was like, oh, I'd cut that out completely.
Yeah,
And I'm
there you
like,
go.
what are you talking about?
Some
I'm
people
like,
are gonna
I
take
just
it as
got
a
2
joke.
laughs right here.
Some people are going to take it as
And
a
it's
different
like,
way.
you didn't like the joke. I don't give a fuck if you don't like the joke. I had 2 people that liked the fucking joke and laughed. That's all that matters.
But at the
You're
same-
going to lose people.
Yeah.
You're going to have people who don't like your shit. But as long as you're being yourself, who gives a fuck?
Why would you
And-
want to keep those people that don't like it anyway?
Exactly. They just won't go and see you.
Exactly.
Simple.
Unfortunately,
They won't tune into your stream.
Unfortunately, that at this point, that's not what's happening anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the
At this
hard
point,
part.
instead of like just walking away and leaving it and just like whatever, I don't care about it, I'm
Yeah.
done with it. They're now persecuted or like
Yeah.
pursuing and wanting to get people in trouble and
Because
stuff.
people are too soft.
Yep. Yep. Where are we at in time right now?
We're at actually
10 to 10.
1:30.
Oh shit, we went long.
Yeah,
this
we
time.
went quite a while.
That's what she said.
But not to you lately. It's all right.
It's okay.
But
I've been on my grind.
all right, man. Well, let's start wrapping it up.
Yeah.
You know what, Rios? I think we should do a collab on yours, man. I think we should jump on your Twitch one day.
Let's do it.
I think
I'm
we should
down.
do
Well,
that
we
one day.
got Discord.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
down.
we got Disco. We
We
should
got
jump on
all
your
cool.
Twitch stream. We should
Yeah,
do
whenever
that
you're
one
streaming,
day.
we can jump on Discord and then have us on the voice chat, and that's
Yeah.
it.
Exactly.
Definitely. I'm
We
down.
can tune in and play with you, man, and have some fun.
Whoa.
I have Rainbow Six Siege, so
Ooh.
So
yeah,
maybe.
man. And I don't.
I don't
but
know
I'll
if
watch
I don't
you
know if
play.
I'm good, but I can do something. I can do something at least.
But
Do it. I'm
tell the
down.
people where they can find you, man, on Instagram,
Yeah,
Twitch,
throw it
wherever
up,
they
man,
can.
throw it up.
Twitch, it's twitch.tv/pineapplepope31. I mean, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, all the same thing. D's nuts, DEEZ_NUUTTZ.
Long ass fucking handle.
Yeah,
Good thing you spelled it out because a lot of people's gonna spell it the way that it sounds.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I appreciate you guys having me back on the podcast.
And we appreciate you coming in like
Thank
always,
you very
man.
much, man.
And we want to thank everyone who listened in. And of course, you can listen to our podcast on Instagram every single day. I just dropped something. Holy fuck. Oh,
Well
thank God it didn't
done.
break. But you can listen to our podcast every day on here. If you can, subscribe to us. And as always, we'll catch you next week. And like every time we exit out this podcast, just be real.